came up a little short in overtime, but what does this say about the resiliency of your bunch? No Jameer, no each one, to come back like this?
I think it says a lot. We talked about character the other day in practice. That was the start of practice, and how times like these, after a loss that we had versus Toronto, challenge you, no adversity. How would you respond? And that developing character is not easy. So we really showed a lot of resolve tonight, and a lot of fight, and I hope our fans appreciated it, and proud of our effort tonight.
Jacque, can you take us through what you were looking for on the possession coming out of the timeout with 17.5 seconds left in overtime, and then what drove the play from there?
We drew up a double option play for JJ and Turk, and JJ came off the high screen, and on that play, Turk is the second option, and from my vantage point, I think Turk and Ray Allen collided, which is part of the play, not to collide, but for them to somehow have some sort of misdirection together. And Dwayne Wade, great read out of the corner to intercept the pass to Turk. It was interesting to see the timing of it, and to see if to see the timing. I'll have to see it on film, but good look. I think Turk almost had a chance to be open and almost have a good look. Good read by Dwayne to come out of the corner and get a steal though.
Jacque, Nick is a young guy, a lot of games left to play. Is this the kind of a game that can give a guy confidence as young as he is and propel him on? What did you think of him today?
It just restores his confidence. I think, he and I talked of the other day how long the season is. And, he's been logging a lot of minutes for us and playing consistent basketball for us. We've been asking a lot out of him. And we talked about how this league is just as mentally grueling as it is physical. And if you can convince yourself mentally, you can sometimes push through physically. And that's the growth that I saw tonight, the mental toughness that he showed tonight. And I'm extremely proud of him. And there's, in my young career as a coach, there's some satisfying moments, and to see him play like that and respond that way, pretty satisfying.
Jacque, in the overtime, the defense of LeBron, was he supposed to be doubled more, or was there this late help coming? Or it looked like he was isolated pretty much one-on-one.
Yeah, we decided to pick up poison. Whether or not we were going to double LeBron, if we had a chance to, they did a good job of spacing the floor. They put their three best shooters in Miller and Battier and Wade on the floor, and Voss who could shoot the ball as well. So tough for us to double. But I thought Nick forced some great shots defensively when we did switch, and Josh did an excellent job also of just containing penetration. DJ did a great job early for us, and I think collectively as a unit we did a decent job of just making his shots tough.
What was your thought process on starting Daquan as opposed to Maurice tonight?
Coach's decision in the sense that DJ's been doing an excellent job in practice, and I always will reward that. The fact that he's done his early work, his extra work, his attitude's been great, and for me to play young guys, I'll reward those habits, and he did a great job tonight.
He's also got a lot more muscle, some more bulk, and he started the game defending LeBron. Was that an element that you were thinking as well?
It fit into the equation. Good test for him to see how he will respond, to see could he physically match up against LeBron. But I wouldn't say it was just his physicality. I think it was overall what he's been doing in practice and competing in practice.
Jacque, I don't know if you've been asked this, but about the guards and at the, especially in the overtime and at the end of the game, not having a true point guard out there, how did that limit your choices of what you could do offensively there?
I don't think so. I think most of our team are pretty comfortable with Turk handling the basketball. I think he delivered some on-time passes for us, and we got good looks. I don't think it at all stifled us as far as getting into our sets. Maybe limited our package of plays because Turk's just getting back and doesn't know everything. But I say overall, they weren't pressing us or pressuring us to get out of anything as far as Turk not being able to handle it.
That last 20 seconds of the overtime, you were pleased with the way the ball movement, or could you have used somebody that could have gone at the basket in that situation?
I could have used a lot of people, but I was very comfortable with the guys that were on the floor.
You guys obviously wanted this win. That was obvious by looking at the bench. But how do you balance what you saw from your young guys with the disappointment of a loss that was obviously very close?
I think the message is this is what we talk about consistency. It's the approach, the effort, the competitiveness. Those things you can control every single night. Your approach, your focus. And that's the lesson for tonight is this effort, this focus, this concentration. It has to be on a continuous basis. This is the standard. This is what it's supposed to look like. And it's a great lesson for our young guys going forward.
Coach, even though you didn't get the win tonight, just talk about how you can carry this momentum into these next 5 games, all against playoff teams.
You use the word momentum, but I really think you look at each game separately. And that's how it should be, because you're not basing one game on the other. You play this game is over with, and then we'll prepare for Chicago. And that's your approach. And then you aren't relying. It's like having superstitions. If I didn't have my apple today, would I not be able to coach well? You don't rely on it. You stick to what you know, your base, and you do that every single night. Grind it out and keep it that way. Josh.
This is a very basic question, but how did Nick get all those rebounds? I mean, was it partly a matchup advantage you had, or was he especially? Was this his best? I don't know, positioning effort that you've seen so far? What was?
He wanted to get them. He wanted to get them. He wanted to get those rebounds, and he went after them. He was committed. I mean, the possession on the opposite end of the floor where he probably had 3 or 4 putbacks, and he was committed to putting that ball and to seeing that ball go in the hole at the end of that play. And that's how simple it was. He wanted to rebound, and he went to go get them.
House Goose, you got 5 bruise, is that correct?
Thigh contusion. My doctor language is getting pretty good. Thigh contusion.
Okay.